it is 1940 and it is July 3rd, 2024. Hitting you with an evening video. I made some other ones in the morning, but or afternoon, I should say. Alright, but I'm gonna hit you with this. I'm sitting here thinking about everything. For example, since I've been in Chicago, this is literally like Montana 2.0, and there is a cell operating in here of criminals, and on top of that, there is law enforcement operating here. Now, whether they're good or bad, or if they're an extension of the bullshit with the law enforcement out there in Montana and their corruption, I got a whole dialogue on that. But the reason I even say that is because on the 29th, right, I am walking on Lake Street, and this East Indian, I catch him. I'm talking about like, yo, if I would have extended my pocket, he would have been able to grab it, right? So I caught this fool in the reflection of a store. So I dead man stop, and I'm looking through the reflection. He literally 180 and start walking back the other way. I'm just like, gotcha, bitch. So from there, I go into an East Indian dialect. You know, I'm working on my acting skills, right? And I get him to turn around so I can get his capture his face, right? And then he sees my phone. He scurried up out of there, diagonally hit across the street, and it was gone. It's cool. You know, I think he said his name was Saeed, something of that effect, right? And this is at like 5 o'clock. No more than 2 hours later, because I'm on foot, I hit all the way down to a Starbucks, right? And anybody to all the big Starbucks drinkers out there, right? When you sign up for the app to get to the Wi-Fi, it connects you to the whole Starbucks system, right? The Wi-Fi, and wherever you go, it just automatically pops in, right? So I'm talking to the barista in there, and as I'm talking to him about if they're hiring, he's telling me all the locations that they're hiring. I'm like, oh man, say less, right? And then I look up the rates. I'm like, all right, say less. You can get my barista on, right? So he tells me the app to go to, how to sign up for, and everything else like that. So I go and do this app. I sign up. Dude, once I sign up, and I create a login to log in. I log in, and I'm going through the application process. The app malfunction kicks me out. And then when I go to log back in, guess what? It's saying something failed. I got a screenshot of it. It keep failing. I'm like, ain't no way. So I'm looking, and I look directly diagonal through the window of Starbucks. There's this dude that looked like a busted Squidward. He got like a Havana style cotton shirt on, whatever. So I'm like, okay, gotcha. I go and stand next to him and restart the app, because I see him on his phone. He ain't on his phone when I'm standing next to him. And guess what? My app is working, right? Okay, so then I'm like, cool. I go back out, so I'm sitting in the deck area, or the patio area, as I should say. So I go back out there, I sit back down, and I'm going back through the process. The bullshit starts again. I would have thought, or most people would think, or at least I would think, that's a shot across the bow. If I come and stand next to you like, hey dude, I know it's fucking you. Like, chill the fuck out, right? See, you can be passive, and see, these motherfuckers keep poking the bear until you straight up like noose choke their ass, right? So then I come back in again, and I stand even closer to him and go back into my app, and it goes back to working. And this time I see him texting frantically on his phone. He hit those he downs his drink, throws it out, hit the little whirly door, and he bounces out. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I go post back up on the patio, and now I'm back in the process to the app, right? So as I'm filling out the app, it's asking like, do I want to submit a resume, or do I just want to fill out the thing? And I'm like, well, this is a phone. I'm not going to upload a resume. I don't even have it on this phone, right? So I'm going through the application process of just inserting names and, you know, basically your documentation. Guess what? The fuckery starts again. So now I'm like, okay, get kicked back out. Can't even log back in. It's going through the fail thing. So I'm like, okay, there's a second dude. So I pop back in. And I swear, I got some freaking spidey sense, or they just got something about them, or I don't know what it's called. But either way it go, I just walk up to, actually no, I didn't even walk up to him. I walked past him and I was like, I started sucking my teeth like the African style, right? I say, gotcha. And I walk out just the regular door. I circle back with my phone, grab some napkins, and this time I walked up to him and I was just like, hey man, what's your name? He said his name was Henry, but as soon as he looked down and saw my phone, dude, I'm gonna have to upload the video, but you'll see him just cut out. He's gone. And I go sit back down, and guess what? Everything's working fine, right? So now I'm back through the process of it. And here's a third dude. Now, I caught this. He told me he was from Burbank, so I'm gonna call him Burbank because I didn't even care for his name. We had a cordial conversation. But here's the interesting thing about this conversation. I caught this dude from jump across the threshold of the patio, right? Surveillancing through his phone. And then it's to the point I don't even give a fuck, because as far as I look at it, these are the criminal motherfuckers. As all this money and resources that they're wasting, they could be literally cleaning up law enforcement, right? Because you talking about abuse of power. Yo, I got the documentation and everything concerning abuse of power, like, and how they get away with it. Oh my goodness. But either way it goes. So Mr. Burbank, right? He's doing this surveillance thing, right? So I'm like this, right? I'm like this. And this surveillance. Because I can give two fucks. But we have a cordial conversation. As soon as he sat down, I asked him, hey, where you from here? He said no. He said he's from Burbank. I said, oh, what's your profession? He says he's a cop. I said, oh, and I'm quoting right now. I said, oh, so you're a private eye? He said, no, he's just an officer out there in Burbank. And then we got into a whole conversation where his brother is here in Chicago PD, and we got to talking about hiring. And I said, oh, you guys hiring? He's giving me this hiring process, which is just basic conversation. I just wanted to let him know that I know what he was on from the jump, right? But here's the interesting thing. He started talking about how nobody's trying to get into policing and everything else like that. And then he mentioned like how for the Chicago PD and like quote unquote to the civilian population, this is what I take it as. It's almost like, well, you know, they're struggling because, you know, such a big population and nobody's trying to get into policing as though, i.e., we can't catch all type of crime type bullshit. And I'm just looking at this dude. See, because these cops, and like we're talking like DAs, not DAs because that's like illegal. We're talking detectives and everything. They deal on psyops. They sit back and they're smoking mirrors and they run like here in Chicago like that. I don't know, bait cars and all sorts of dumb shit, right? And here I am, I do random shit because they're attached to me. They have to react to me because I'm random, right? So I do random stuff. So as me going around doing random stuff, I'm on guerrilla tactics because my whole thing is, I got another story. I'm going to get my fucking justice. There's nobody that's going to deter me. And I'm looking at all this criminal element following me around here, blocking my communication, right? Here's a story. I'm going to get off Burbank because I just let them know that I was there, but now whatever. So here's another story. I'm in Panda Express. You know, give me some fried rice. And I'm sitting down, typing. Here's a dude come in. Oh man, you remind me of my dad. Oh man, you seem like a cool person. Oh man, the dude got like 5 names. He went from Mookie to Little T to Lazarus to Latron Latte. He had like 5, and then he had like 5 or 6 names for me. And then when he was hustling a lady for some food, he had like 3 different names for her. Either way it go, right? So I say all that to say this. He's trying to get my number. Oh man, we should hang out. We should go fishing. We should do this and everything else. I'm talking about fishing on the Indiana border. I'm just like, dude, nah. Anyway, so that's one instant, right? And then I'm walking back to the Union Station. So as I'm headed back to Union Station, this dude come V-lining because I stopped. Because I'm on doing a daily log. So I stopped. He come V-lining to me, right? hey man, what's your name, man? You seem like a cool person. We should hang out. He said, you from here? I said, no, I'm not from here. He said, man, what you doing down here? I said, I'm looking for a dog named Justice. He said, what? Oh man, we should exchange numbers. I'm a dog breeder. Yeah, what kind of dog you looking for? I said, oh man, this is a special kind of dog. He said, well, I said I was looking for a dog. All right, let me rewind that. I said I'm looking for a dog. He said, oh man, I'm a dog breeder. What kind of dog? I said, I'm looking for a dog named Justice. He said, oh yeah, I can find that dog, man. Yeah, we should exchange numbers because I can find that dog for you. I said, man, you can't find this dog for me. Hey, first of all, there is no dog out there that's a breed called Justice, unless some people make it up, right? Actually, that might be a thing. But I'm like, man, you can't find this dog. I said, because it's a special kind of dog. I said, the type of justice this dog is, I said, I can go down to the FBI headquarters and get it. And then we're walking away, I'm talking, right? He said, man, I'm gonna see you again. I said, dude, I highly doubt it. I said, and just for future reference, the dog conversation it's a low key of you not getting my information, right? And then I bird out. But now, in that process, this is where I find out that my Wi-Fi to Starbucks, it doesn't work. It won't even connect. Won't even have internet, right? Okay, let's make that make sense because I signed up for it with my name and address, right? So that doesn't work. And then the Union Station, they have the Amtrak free Wi-Fi. It doesn't even connect to that. So that's telling me that the whole point of them is to block me from communicating and getting out service. So this is my theory. I think there's corrupt law enforcement and criminal elements working together. Are they really law enforcement if they're criminals? You know, but they have to, and I said this time again, they very well may be under the umbrella of these society folks, because who's in the weeds have the capabilities of law enforcement besides rogue law enforcement or rogue military or rogue paramilitary or rogue contract workers, or the title can go on and on. I'm over here with an etch and sketch. I got a busted laptop and I'm trying to get justice and get my I'm just trying to get justice. Either way I go, that's an interesting story that I've been experiencing. I got so many stories since I've been down here, but yeah. Hey man, justice, yeah man, I can find that dog for you. Like, what? Alright, I'm out. Oh, let me leave you on this note. Hey man, people's silence is their power. But when you speak, it's their weakness. And this is why they go to no ends, even to the possibility of unaliving people to keep you from speaking. Because you can unravel and expose. And now here's the biggest thing. Dude, how many lives have these networking organizations have ruined? Bank accounts cleared out. You know, like, I got stories. But anyways, stay strong. Stay blessed, and most importantly, keep speaking your truth. And they will play on your mental top now. They'll play on your mental top so much. I had a homeless person tell me this. If they can't beat you legally, they'll attack you mentally. So that means they got doctors, nurses, whoever have access to medical shit, pistol whipping files to try to say you don't know what you're talking about, or you're not seeing what's transpiring. I.e., here's the story, and then I'm gone. I'm walking on Jackson, and at the intersection of Jackson, it's a motorcycle and a vehicle accident. Like, damn, you just hear I heard the crunch. Like, I'm looking at it like, ugh, right? And it was a Hayabusa. Ooh, nice Hayabusa. But literally half the block of Jackson, between Lakeshore and Jackson, half the block is a Chicago police sitting right there facing our direction. And I'm talking to the motorcycle driver because he was all right, the rider. The people got out the car. I'm talking to them saying, hey, you guys take pictures. Hey, it's an officer right there. I'm pointing at him. As I'm walking, as I get between the accident and halfway between the cop car, he drives forward, button hooks around, heads back towards Lakeshore, and makes a right on Lakeshore. I'm like, holy shit, are you serious? So, only two things. One, he can give two shits. Two, his whole purpose of him there was to get identification of me. I like to think I'm special, but I'm not, right? That's the only thing I can think of, because he clearly had to see the accident, because I could see him and he was facing us, and I'm just like, damn. And he just turns around, drives off, and go. Now, that I'm gonna let y'all judge that. All right.